he's absolutely positively on the money. The fact of the matter is you're the general manager. The buck is supposed to stop with you, if not the owner. You're the guy that selected the head coach, even though obviously that was in part with the owner. You're the guy that helped him formulate and orchestrate this roster. To put this roster together, this anemic, pathetic offensive roster that is laid before our eyes on a week-to-week basis, contaminating the eyes of New Yorkers every Sunday, for crying out loud, or Monday, or in some cases on a Thanksgiving. It's absolutely ridiculous, but that is exactly what has happened. And this was their definition of modifications to their offense in the offseason. You get rid of an offensive coordinator and Brian Schottenheimer, who was clearly the scapegoat, who, by the way, is looking good in St. Louis right now. You bring in a guy, Tony Sparano, who was the head coach of the 22nd ranked offense in the NFL. You have a head coach in Rex Ryan, who basically doesn't care about offense. There were players, there were other officials who have acknowledged he was barely in meetings for the offensive side of the ball his first 2 or 3 years in the league as a head coach with the New York Jets. And of course we get to Mark Sanchez. We don't even have to get into the fact that Antonio Holmes is your number one offensive option. Nothing wrong there because he could ball. He's a Super Bowl champion. But you gave him $50 million. You restructure Mark Sanchez's deal so you can guarantee him $20.5 million over the next 2 years going into this season. So now you owe him $8.25 million next season. Not to mention the fact that if you cut him, it's going to count $17 million against the cap. I'm sorry. Do you really need to look up Webster's dictionary to see what the definition of an aptitude is? Just look under the Jets. That's where it is. So when you look at all of those things, take it into consideration. It is what it is. When you talk about holding people accountable, which is something New Yorkers know how to do, you don't have to look very far. Mike Tannenbaum is a capologist. Get his butt right back to being a capologist. Bring in a football man to make football decisions. And oh, by the way, hire a head coach who remembers that the job of a head coach, other than being a leader of men, is to understand that you're supposed to coach 3 sides of the ball. Defense, offense, special teams. Rex Ryan, somebody forgot to tell him, it's not just about being a defensive coordinator. It's about being something more. It's egregious, it's pathetic, it's embarrassing, it's awful, and as far as I'm concerned, heads need to roll because of it, even though we're talking during the Christmas holidays. Plenty of blame to go around. We talk while Brian